currently the break of dawn, and I just kind of reflected on a time when, back when I lived with my parents, I actually did not take my medication. I carried it with me, but I did not take my medication. I did not eat breakfast. I did not eat supper. It was just due to trauma. Generally, I just hate how they controlled me, how they made me feel bad about myself. They blamed me for my illness and all that. But long story short is I didn't take my medication, and I felt the withdrawal effects. And the withdrawal effects were actually, for a time being, pretty pleasant. Like, it is very similar. Like, schizophrenia is kind of categorized by high dopamine production at substantia nigra. The other thing that does that is THC in it. It increases the dopamine production. So pretty much when I was off medications for some time, it felt as though I was like kind of like walking on a cloud. Like, it was strange. I didn't feel pain in my knees. Like, I have osteoarthritis from patellar deformation. I didn't have any kind of pain in my knees when I walked. It's very strange how calm I felt, even though, like, my parents would leave. My mom would, especially. She would leave like some sort of passive aggressive message to me. But I was kind of calm about it. I do even recall, like, crossing the street and somebody did not stop for me. And normally I flip out at these people. I really get scared for myself, my life, when people don't stop. But I was pretty calm. I did swear at him naturally, but I was calm, and then I proceeded to go to the gym. And I had kind of let them know, okay, I will be taking my medication, just letting you know, I will start feeling pain and all that. Like, I have a torn rotator cuff, and I was just going to let them know that I was going to feel pain. So eventually I kind of got to the point where my stomach started feeling a little sick from withdrawal. Generally speaking, I wouldn't be that sick otherwise, except with anxiety. Except without my benzodiazepine, I do get anxiety that cripples me and prevents me from eating. But I'll say I took my medication, and all of a sudden it was as though I was processing so many things at once. Just pretty much the way I am. Like, even my therapist says potentially I'll be one of the hardest cases she's ever worked with, because I think way too much. I don't forget things. I can't let things go. But she said it is the case that I do process a lot of things at once, and I really feel for anybody who does have to do that, whether they have an illness or not. But same. I became increasingly angry. I started feeling pain, and I was just not really happy. All of a sudden, like, I just realized that moment that that's why I'm not a fan of I wouldn't be a fan of getting drunk, getting high, or anything like that, because I just know I'd be forced to face reality eventually. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's good for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're facing it straight on. But just letting you know that, just a little disclaimer, which is not really a disclaimer because it's not put in front of the video. I do not advocate getting it off medication at all times. Just, like, always follow your doctor's orders. As long as, and only get off medication if your doctor is sort of like giving you a plan to get off, like potentially cutting your dose and smaller and smaller and smaller until you get enough. I do not recommend ever getting off medication if you're on schizophrenia, because it is one of those illnesses that is very difficult to cope with. As always, thanks for watching.